righty. We got ready. What's going on, everybody? George Osei back at it again with another video. This time, more Diddy. Here we go. That was the one I wanted to hit. Pause. Let's get into this. Shout out to CNN. Okay, she crying right now. Still looking pretty big, but she crying. All right, let's see here. Blah blah blah. Cross examination, PTSD, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, Danny King member Don Richards will be joining us this time. So now there was a alleged sexual violation testimony. Now we're going to challenge that. I thought that they were going to challenge this one because I believe the way she told the story, she skipped some stuff, and I was like, we need those details. Here we go. Cross examination, defense attorney focusing on the timeline in attempt to challenge her testimony, right? She said that the grape happened after a dinner they had in Malibu, in California in 2018 for the Burning Man Festival. And Ventura has previously asserted in her 2023 lawsuit that the grape occurred in September 2018. Stavio also suggested Ventura told investigators the same during a 2023 meeting around the time she filed the lawsuit. She also questioned Ventura about what she told government investigators about Combs' apparent state of mind. Did you actually tell him he was acting anxious and strangely? I believe some version of that. You told the prosecutors that you thought his behavior might be attributed to his bipolar disorder. Yeah. You also told the prosecutors that you did not think Mr. Combs was in his right mind because he did not respond when you told him to stop. Is that true? Yeah. Bipolar disorder has not been mentioned by this trial. Mentioned by the Combs defense team or come up in this criminal trial. And they want to know, hey, they've been diagnosed by this. So where did this come from? Okay, interesting angle. September 27, 2018, she and Combs saw each other, had sex, according to Ventura. Her now husband called her on FaceTime while she was with Combs, she said. Stavio suggested Ventura told her husband this account was actually when Combs raped her. That was in the evening when I was raped, though. Her husband left the courtroom during this part of the testimony. The judge previously determined Fine could not listen to his wife's testimony about the alleged rape because he could be called to stand later in trial. Okay. Under redirect question from the prosecution, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson revisited the defense's suggestions. She was inconsistent. Okay. We're not even talking about the RICO no more. They're doing this for a reason, right? This is the star witness. They are attempting to paint the picture that she's unreliable and can't be trusted. So they're going to challenge everything that she says. Surrounded by children with 4 legs. Okay. Yeah. So they're trying to discredit her. Having another man inside you while your husband FaceTimed you is wild. It's very wild. Okay. Oh, they did not let this go. They talk about his state of mind. At the meeting, Ventura testified she told federal agents she and Combs went out to dinner in September 2018, and he was acting strangely and anxious. Ventura also says she told prosecutors in the November meeting Combs' behavior that night could have been due to his bipolar disorder. He wasn't in his right mind. Right after the dinner, they repeated that just now. Or are they saying this whole state of mind thing might be capped? Like, if his state of mind was not where you think it should be, why didn't you just leave? You know this man for over 10 years. You couldn't tell that there's something that was off. I see what they're trying to do here. It might work. I don't know. Because her facilitating the freak offs is not the best look. Because where did the RICO come involved here? Multiple 8-figure settlements. Okay. In a short recross examination, Ventura says she made a demand for compensation from the Intercontinental Hotel and expects to receive about $10 million from them. She settled with the hotel within the last month. Settlement stems from the March 2016 incident where Combs grabbed, kicked, and dragged her in the elevator lobby. CNN had the scoop. Ventura testified earlier this week she settled a separate lawsuit against Combs and his company for 20 M's. In the redirect, Johnson asked Ventura if she'll give back that 20 million, with Combs if it meant that she never had to have endured freak offs in the past. She says, I'll give that money back if I never had to have freak offs. She said, if I never had to have freak offs, I would have had agency and autonomy. All she's crying too. And I wouldn't have to work so hard to get it back. Cassie, baby girl, you sold your soul to be in the music industry. You signed a 10 album contract with this man. You put out one album. None of your testimony said anything about how you was writing up songs and Diddy busted in with baby oil and dumped baby oil on all of your notebooks that you wrote your songs on. You sold your soul and all your holes for the fame, for the notoriety. Now you're being the victim because you did not get what you wanted. Poor negotiation, it seems. Oh, what a shame. It might work though. You got 38 million out of it. You claim you'll give it back. I don't believe you, but you claim you'll give it back. She said there's no financial stake if Diddy goes to jail. Well, at least not anymore. I don't hate him. That's interesting. Ventura testified she saw Combs voluntarily at a friend's birthday a month after she said the grape happened in August 2018. She said she still had feelings for him and did not hate him at the time or even now. She asked if she still loved him. I have love for the past and what it was. There you have it. Whatever that means. There was something she loved about this man back in the day. And then earlier she testified that the only thing that she can do right for him was those freak offs. All right. Okay, now we're talking about Cassie's mental health. Early 2023, Ventura went to the inpatient treatment center, Willow House, for 45 days for mental health problems. Treated for PTSD, she testified. Was she cured? That's what I would like to know. The therapies included eye movement desensitization, reprocessing, and somatic experiencing, which involved recounting memories or reimagining traumatic experiences, as well as a neurofeedback treatment, she said. Ventura gave an example of somatic experiencing. She said if there was a time you were getting beat up in a room and couldn't walk out, you would reimagine it in a way where you were actually able to leave the room. They scamming y'all. I don't know. I got no evidence, but that sounds like a scam. Like, how does that, like, Diddy's not great, but how is that right there better in comparison? It looked like the same thing to me, right? Am I tripping? That looked like, all right. Okay. Ventura testified on redirect her career suffered and she couldn't do many of the things she wanted because of all of them freak offs. Yeah, man. She's working hard. Had a whole job. Well, you were paid. What would the other job was? She was like, I was basically a sex worker. The judge granted defense motion to strike. Ventura's response from the court record mean the jury cannot consider it during deliberations. That's a shame. Oh, y'all can't even see these words. There we go. I would consider her a sex worker as well. Like, you can't be having sex for multiple days in a row and not appear to look like one. That's all I'm saying. Wait. What's happened here? After defense attorney Anna Estavio finished her main cross examination of Ventura and returned to the defense table, Combs stood and hugged her in a close embrace. Yo, he is a weird guy, man. Okay, I'm gonna scroll past that. The defense attorney asked Ventura if she told investigators in previous interviews Combs blacked out during the incident. She says she believed he was intoxicated, and everyone's perception of blackout is different. Nah, you can tell when somebody's blacked out drunk. Did I tell this story yet? I'm gonna tell it, and I'm gonna see if it's worth mentioning later. But I was at a house party, not my house party. I was invited to, and I think it was in the winter time, and it started snowing heavy, so everybody left early. For me, I have like an all-wheel drive vehicle, so I was like, I think I could wait for the snow to stop, then I'll go. So I ended up leaving quite late. But the party was still going because most of the people who were there lived in the area. So it was nothing to them. Or they were sleeping over. And the host, I think, was celebrating their birthday. And when the snow stopped, I was like, all right, let me do my farewells, text you when I get back home type jazz. At the time I didn't believe in the Irish goodbyes. I rode up on the host and she was dancing and I was trying to get her attention. We were the only ones in the room. But let's just say the lights were on, but nobody was home. And I had to kind of redirect her to her friends because she was moving different. Like we was cool, but we wasn't that cool. What she was trying to do. I'll leave it at that. But then, the following day I hit her up and was like, yo, this, that, and the third happened. Like, what's going on there? I know we cool, but I didn't think we was that cool. That's when she revealed that she has a she gets like that when she drink too much. I was like, oh, yeah, I can tell. I can tell. But yeah, so I think you can tell when someone's blacked out, or at least not being themselves. To me, this looked like Cat, but we'll keep going. The jury saw a message Ventura sent Combs 5 days after the assault, describing the abuse and his state of mind. When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power. And you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child, she wrote in a message, read aloud in court. Ventura testified earlier this week. The hotel call came after she tried to leave a freak off before it was over. It's funny she says she's somebody's child. Are her parents gonna be interviewed? Hmm? Yeah. Cassie's parents, I don't know with them or how they feel about this whole situation. They've been quiet though. Anyway, Ventura threatened man in recording. The jury heard a recorded Ventura captured of a conversation she had with a man in Atlantic City in March 2014. These timelines, man. After the man claimed he's seen a sexually explicit video of her. In the recording, she threatened the man multiple times. I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now if you have it, she said. I will. What? And then he's going, oh my God. Jesus. Jesus. Cassie. I ain't going to tell you to calm down, but a little spicy there. Ventura has previously told the jury Combs pushed her to get to the bottom of the situation. Oh yeah, she knew her role. Whether there was an explicit video of her or how the situation was resolved was not established. On redirect, Ventura testified she was feeling pressure. Said he directed her to not let the man identified only as Shugan Court out of her sight. He just texted me quite a bit, called me quite a bit about it, so I felt like I had to handle it. Yo, she's throwing a blame. She blaming this man for everything. Like she ain't do shit. So this relationship ended. Okay. They dated on and off from 07 to 2018, and Victoria offered her view on the end of the relationship. After the death of Kim, late model actress who shared 3 children with Combs posted on social media him and Porter were more than soulmates. Around the time of her memorial service, Victoria texted Combs, it hurt her feelings. Then you posted that Kim was your soulmate when what was the 11 years all about? Porter's memorial service was the last time Victoria Combs saw each other in person. Years after their 2018 split, Combs sent Victoria a text saying he missed her and was truly happy for her, according to text read out loud. Hope you can forgive me, he wrote in text messages in 2020. We're honestly lucky to be alive. God was watching over us. I don't know, man. When you sell your soul, I don't think you sell your soul to God. Okay, now the husband of Cassie has words to speak. So here we go. After her testimony ended, her attorney Douglas Wigdor read aloud a statement outside court from Ventura reflecting on her experience. This week has been extremely challenging, but also remarkably empowering and healing for me. All that healing, man. I hope that my testimony has given strength and voice to other survivors and can help others who have suffered to speak up and also heal from abuse and fear. It's that female group preference, man. Many women believe everything that Cassie says, not because they think it's true. It's just that they would want similar support if they were in that situation. Female group preference. It's very interesting because a lot of women, most of their trauma is sexual. And like, what about men? Yeah, most men trauma come from women. So, but yeah, it's mostly sexual for ladies. So whenever something like this is happening, you know, women want to have that support from other women. There's nothing wrong with it, but just something to be aware of. So when she says that, she's basically telling all these women, y'all better stay on code. Okay, the husband has words too. Over the past 5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife, freeing herself of her past. These are lies, sir. This is cope. I did not save Cassie, as some have said. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Didn't she try to off herself? Okay. Cassie saved Cassie. Brett screwed Brett. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. She alone broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. I mean, she sold her soul, sir. I'm getting into the baby oil. No Rico yet. Not even a Rico Strong up in here. Pause. Investigators found baby oil, lubricant, drugs, and cash inside the New York hotel room where Combs was staying when he was arrested in 2024. Homeland Security agent Yasan Binda testified Friday. Okay. Investigators found resealable bags and bottles of baby oil and lubricant in the closet in the bathroom, on the nightstand, and elsewhere in the room, according to a photo in Binda's testimony. No, he had the baby oil on every flat surface in his home. Most people have pottery. Our boy here, Johnson Johnson baby oil. Maybe he had multi-blunt brands of it. I have no idea. Two small bags of pink powder were found inside another bottle of medication nightstand in the bedroom. Binda said the pink powder in the one bag tested positive for ketamine and the other tested positive for both MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy, and ketamine, according to a stipulation read in court. The jury recovered illicit drugs in the courtroom, passing around an evidence bag holding a package of pink powder. A black fanny pack containing 9,000 in cash was found. On cross-examination, Bennett said it appeared a woman had been staying with him at the hotel. Prosecutors said Combs coerced women into participating in freak-offs involving baby oil, lubricant, drugs, and male escorts who were paid thousands of dollars in cash. This all looks like a reach to me. That looks like a reach, but okay. The Danny Kane singer bolsters Ventura's account. Dawn Richard, a former member of the music group Danny Kane, testified Friday she saw Combs attack Ventura in 09. 09, dog. He came downstairs screaming, belligerent, asking where his food was, and proceeded to hit her over the head, kick her, and beat her to the ground in front of us. Richard said she was in the kitchen when Ventura, who was cooking eggs, when Combs came and asked where his eggs were. He then took the skillet with the eggs, tried to hit her. She fell to the ground, Richard said. She said it seemed like Ventura dropped to the ground because she anticipated the hit. She went into the fetal position. Combs then dragged Ventura upstairs by her hair and with his arm around her neck. Richard said she recalled hearing glass breaking and yelling from upstairs. Richard said she didn't say anything to intervene or call the police because she was afraid. She said she was scared to do anything in fear of what that might mean for me too. Who is us? It's all the women of Danny Kane he did this in front of? Okay. Next day, Combs asked Richard and another woman who was present during the incident to come to his home, Richard said. Combs brought them into the recording studio with him, locked the door, and told them what they saw was passion and what lovers do. Combs told him that it was in their best interest if we didn't say anything. And when he comes from, people go missing if they talk. Richard's 40 signed with Bad Boy Records and worked for Combs. She called Puff from 04 to 2011. comes from an all-female pop group, Danny Kane, as part of an MTV reality series making the band. Richard filed a lawsuit last September, accusing Combs of sexual battery, sexual harassment, and false imprisonment, among other allegations. Okay. Maybe this will be a better witness for all of this chaos and mess. Are there any takeaways from this? I don't think Cassie's marriage will last long, though. I think once that baby that she got in her belly right now turned by 4, it's gonna be a rap ski. And we're gonna remember all this. Maybe her husband will tell us the truth. That he was on FaceTime while she was getting back shots. He liked it. I don't know, but that's the end of that. So wherever you see this, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back soon.